The next term is the PMO, the Project Management Office. Now, PMO is not a person. PMO is not a group of people. PMO is actually an organizational unit. It's like one of the departments in your company to basically centralize and coordinate the management of projects under its domain. So companies where they do projects, they will have a department called PMO. You would see the project managers visiting this department very often. And the PMO, the project managers are interacting with the PMO more during project initiation phase. So PMO is like a control unit, like, a control room, from where the people sitting in the PMO, they keep a vigil, they monitor the projects happening in the company. So the project management office, you call it as, or they also call it as a program management office, is basically an organizational unit to centralize and coordinate the management of projects under its domain. And in fact, the PMOs can coordinate the project management support functions in the form of providing trainings. They provide standardized policies and procedures that you need to apply on the project for achieving the project objectives. Now, there are different formats in which a PMO would operate. Like, what authority does a PMO have over a project? To what extent would the PMO be involved in the project? Right? But this differs from industry to industry and company to company. In fact, when you refer the PMBOK guide, you get to know on top of whatever I'm telling you in the class. So, so when you refer like page number 48 in the PMBOK guide, you would see information about the different formats or different types of PMOs. You would see that PMOs are basically of three types. You have something called as the supportive PMO. You have like the controlling, and you have a PMO that is directing. So the basic difference between these PMOs is in terms of the authority. The least authoritative PMO is called as a supportive PMO. A supportive PMO is like, during project initiation, they hand over whatever resources are required to you. They hand over the templates and they're done with the job. So they're not neither monitoring nor they have authority over the project. A controlling type of PMO has like moderate authority. They basically provide you with the resources during project initiation, and a controlling PMO also monitors your project. Like you, at a regular interval, you have to document your project performance information and communicate to the stakeholders. So a copy of that also has to go to the PMO. So a controlling PMO keeps an eye on your project. So they also are doing the monitoring and controlling of your project, in fact. And the third type, when you say directive type of PMO, a directive type of PMO has total authority over the project. In fact, if a company has a directive type of PMO, then projects are assigned to the project manager by the PMO itself, not by the leadership, not by any other department, and the project managers are also directly reporting to the PMO. So anyways, good news for you is when you read the PMBOK guide, when you read Retamul guide, obviously there is something more that you would come to know about on top of whatever we're doing in the class. Right? So it is technically not possible to cover each and every sentence of the PMBOK guide in a 4-day boot camp or in a 2 weeks program like I'm doing for you. Right, sir. So in general, if you look at the responsibilities of a PMO, in general, PMO, this organizational unit would like manage the interdependencies between projects. So the PMO would know what kind of interdependencies are there between the projects that are happening in the company. The PMO would help provide resources, like on this project, I need 20 laptops for my people to work on. I need MS Office, MS Project software. So the PMO is going to provide me with that. I need the licenses. So I get all that stuff from my PMO. And the project management office can also terminate the project if they feel like the project is no more viable, or if they feel like the objectives will not be met. The PMO is headed by the portfolio management, and that's how they have the authority as such. The PMO can terminate the project if they feel like the project is no more viable. There are lots of software projects that are killed like. Why? Because half the way they feel like this is no more viable actually. Like for example, you are developing a software product as part of this project. The project is budgeted at $2 million per se. And this project is 30% now in execution. You finished doing initiation, planning, and it's like now in 30% execution. You already spent $1 million out of $2 million. And that's the time when you come to know that your competitor, Oracle, they bought their product into the marketplace, a similar product. But when you benchmark, the Oracle product has better features and functions than the product that you're developing. And also that this Oracle product is priced low. So does it make sense for your company to spend $1 more million and come out with a product that is not sellable in the marketplace? So in a situation like that, PMO will ask you to kill the project. So when they ask you to kill the project, do it. Never make your projects personal. When you make the projects personal, you would never like to kill it at all. When you make the projects personal, you don't play on the risk part of it. So terminate the project when the project is no more viable, or if the PMO feels like the objective will not be met. Research project where they see you moving in the dark for a long time now. You don't even see any light on the other side of the tunnel. So the PMO will ask you to come back. So in an event where the PMO would feel like now it's time to draw a line and that the objectives will not be met, in a situation like that, the PMO would ask you to terminate the project. The PMO would help gather lessons learned and make them available to other projects. They provide templates. On a project, they will tell you that on this project, to create a charter, you have to use so-and-so template version. They give you a document. On this project, to raise a change request, you have to use so-and-so version document. On this project, to create a work breakdown structure, you would have to use a template provided by your PMO. So PMO will provide the templates, they provide the guidance, they provide you with all the required softwares, and as a project manager, your interaction with the PMO will be more intense during project initiation than later in the project. Because during project initiation, the PMO has to hand over so many things to you. So your interaction with the PMO would be very intense during project initiation, and then as you move forward, your interaction with the PMO keeps coming down, and then finally it might be to an extent where once in a fortnight you document your project performance information and communicate to the stakeholders. A copy of that would go to the PMO, the project management office.